All right, and yet another Neta being involved and pulled up in the Delhi Liquorgate case. ED has, in the latest, summoned Aam Aadmi Party MLA Durgesh Pathak in the excise policy case. In fact, he was in charge of Goa during the Goa Assembly elections, and remember there was talk that the candidates who were fielded by the Aam Aadmi Party in Goa were given money to campaign and pull off their campaign itself. They were given money in cash. And here we hear Aam Aadmi Party MLA Durgesh Pathak, who was in charge for the Aam Aadmi Party in Goa. He was the campaign chief there, campaign in charge on behalf of the Aam Aadmi Party. He has now been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in the Delhi excise policy case. Now remember the talk around the proceeds of the crime. The suspicion is by the Enforcement Directorate that money that was gained through kickbacks by issuing licenses to the liquor barons was used and directed towards fighting elections in Goa by the Aam Aadmi Party. That's the allegation. And here you have Durgesh Pathak, who was the campaign in charge for the Aam Aadmi Party in Goa. And the suspicion is that the money that was used by the Delhi liquor policy through issuing licenses, that money known to be the proceeds of the crime, was directed to fighting elections in Goa, that many of those candidates were given cash to fight elections. With that regard, MLA Durgesh Pathak has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. No clarity yet what his involvement in this is, but for now we know Durgesh Pathak, who's the MLA of the Aam Aadmi Party, he is now in the ED net. Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister, who's still in custody. He's hoping to get interim relief. His custody will continue until the 15th of April. In the meanwhile, you also have Manish Sisodia, the excise policy excise minister itself in Delhi. He had multiple portfolios, top Neta, second in rank after Arvind Kejriwal. He too currently still in prison, hasn't got bail in the same excise policy case. Sanjay Singh, MP, has managed to just get bail 6 months after staying in prison. Now, yet another face who's been taken in the same case is Durgesh Pathak. Munish, who's closely tracking ED for India today, joins us live. Munish, give us a sense of Durgesh Pathak's alleged involvement in the Delhi excise policy case, with ED summoning him. He was the in charge for Goa elections on behalf of the Aam Aadmi Party, and we know that money allegedly was directed towards fighting Goa elections that was procured through kickbacks by issuing licenses. This was a suspicion. Give us more.
Well, Nabila, Durgesh Pathak, the Aam Aadmi Party MLA, has been called in by the Enforcement Directorate for questioning today. He is yet to appear before the agency's headquarters in the national capital. What we have been given to understand is that, and also Nabila, if you remember last time when the case was being heard before the court, the Enforcement Directorate alleged that more than 45 crore rupees of proceeds of crime was diverted to the Goa elections by the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, Durgesh Pathak, according to Enforcement Directorate, was in charge of Goa Assembly elections, and ED suspect that he might be aware of the information that where all 45 crore rupees of Hawala money went in the Goa elections by the Aam Aadmi Party. Also, there are allegations, and Enforcement Directorate claims that they have statements to prove that indeed the money went to Aam Aadmi Party candidates in cash. They have statements from the Hawala operators, also from those individuals who picked up the money. And this is what ED is claiming, that the candidates have given statements to the Enforcement Directorate that they were given money in cash by the Aam Aadmi Party. So overall, ED is trying to establish the money trail, and that is why Durgesh Pathak has been questioned by the has been asked by the Enforcement Directorate to appear before them today. Nabila.
All right. Well, thanks very much. In fact, what we know, quick word from Manish. Manish, if you're still with us, if you could give us a sense of the campaign that Aam Aadmi Party has launched. In fact, they've put out posters with Arvind Kejriwal's photograph behind bars, and their slogan says, "Jail se Sarkar." How feasible is this? Will the Delhi Chief Minister be able to carry out governance, carry out orders, govern the national capital while seated in prison? Because that's what their campaign slogan is.
Well, Nabila, the Aam Aadmi Party is trying to fight this case politically, and that is why we are seeing that since the time Arvind Kejriwal has been sent to Tihar jail by the court, the Aam Aadmi Party has been trying to make this narrative before the public that it was the Bharatiya Janata Party on behest of which the enforcement directorate arrested, and now he is in jail. We also saw that Sanjay Singh, while addressing a public rally, he said that, there are only 4 statements against Arvind Kejriwal, but he has been arrested. But as far as ED's case is concerned, time and again, ED has claimed that they have ample amount of evidence against Arvind Kejriwal, and that is why he was placed under arrest. As of now, his matter is still before the court. The High Court is yet to deliver its order in the matter where Arvind Kejriwal's custody and remand was challenged by his lawyers. ED has opposed his application, and ED claims that they have all the evidence, not only statements, but also some technical evidence, money trail to prove that not only Arvind Kejriwal was kingpin, a conspirator, but someone who was in a powerful position, who misused his position as a chief minister of national capital. Nabila.
All right. Well, there you have it. The visuals on our screens there, where Aam Aadmi Party has put up posters which shows Arvind Kejriwal behind bars, and their campaign slogan ahead of Lok Sabha polls is "Jail se Sarkar." That's what they're attempting at roping in some sympathy votes over Kejriwal in prison. Now, in the latest, Durgesh Pathak, MLA of the Aam Aadmi Party, whose image you see on our screens on the right, he's now been summoned in the Delhi liquor case.